We come on the air with breaking news here on this Thursday. The father of three boys who disappeared from Morenci in Lenawee County is now charged with homicide weeks before he was expected to be released from prison. Welcome to Action News Now. I'm Josh Krupp. We are, of course, talking about John Skelton, who is currently behind bars and is set to be released from prison at the end of this month. 15 years after the disappearance of Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner Skelton. The boys were ages 9, 7, and 5. At the time of their disappearance, their bodies have not been found. We can tell you right now that prosecutors have filed 3 charges of homicide, open murder, and 3 counts of tampering against John Skelton. These are according to court filings that the 13 Action News I-Team and Sean Haggerty have obtained. At this time, we are still trying to get the information about what specifically those charges allege and what specifically John Skelton is alleged to have done. But we can confirm that prosecutors have filed 3 charges of homicide, open murder, and 3 counts of tampering against John Skelton. He was set to be released from prison on November 29th. This, if it holds, would keep him behind bars even longer. A Lenawee County judge granted a request earlier this year to declare the siblings legally dead. The boy's mother said she made the request for a death declaration to try and find closure out of the respect for her sons. Also working to get reaction and comments from the family today as well. Again, John Skelton was weeks away from being released from prison. He was scheduled to be released from prison November 29th after serving his full sentence on an unlawful imprisonment charge connected to this case. Now we will see what ends up happening as a result of this, but we can confirm at this hour that John Skelton is now facing homicide charges. The missing Morenci boys, a story that has really gripped the attention of this community since Thanksgiving 2010, the last time the 3 boys were found. They were supposed to be in the care of their father, Skelton, who was supposed to return the children to their mother the following day, but then they were nowhere to be found. There were extensive search efforts, but the boys did not show up. Mothers previously told us that she thought John was responsible for killing the kids. And I believe we're trying to also reach out to Skelton behind bars as well during all of this. So our very early developments here, wanted to let you know what we are learning about the John Skelton case. For those of you who are just joining us, we can confirm at this hour that John Skelton, the father of the 3 missing Morenci boys, now faces a charge of homicide, open murder in Lenawee County. We are waiting to see what the charging documents say. We still need to confirm what prosecutors have on John Skelton, what they allege he did and how they allege he did it. But at this hour, we know that he is facing more charges weeks before he was supposed to be released from prison. 3 counts of homicide, open murder, 3 counts of tampering. Those are the specific charges, and right now that is what we have confirmed here in the newsroom. Got to check just to see if anything has come in the last couple of minutes while we've been talking here, because this story keeps developing as we chat here. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a story that goes back 15 years now. Thanksgiving 2010, the last time the 3 boys were seen. Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner were 9, 7, and 5 at the time of their disappearance. Their bodies have never been found. They were declared dead earlier this year, legally dead, as per a request from the boy's mother. A Lenawee County judge granted that request earlier this year, and we have more coverage of that on 13abc.com. If you're interested in getting caught up to speed on all of the developments in this story, you can head over to our website and read our previous coverage. We have links in this story that is breaking right now about what happened during those proceedings earlier this year to declare the teens legally dead, granting that request by the boy's mother. Around 15 years since this story started here in Southeast Michigan. The quote from the boy's mother earlier this year: "We may not have their bodies, but their life still meant something. She believes that John Skelton is responsible for the boy's death, and it appears right now that prosecutors believe that that is the case, filing homicide charges today. Again, we're still waiting to confirm and see what exactly is in those charging documents. He has been locked up for several years now and is only a couple of weeks away from his release, and now he's facing homicide open murder charges out of Lenawee County. We have covered this story extensively in recent years, from court filings to court hearings in person, when he's in Zoom appearances in court. Today's development, perhaps one of the most significant here in this timeline, in this storyline that we have had since the kids were last seen at Thanksgiving in 2010. They have not been found. Another step toward closure, perhaps, for the family. What happens next in this story now becomes the question. We'll have to see what ends up happening in court. Again, he's scheduled to be released on his initial charges stemming from this case. In connection to this case, it was an unlawful imprisonment charge that it was set to have him walking as a free man on November 29th, 2025. In just a matter of 16 days, he was supposed to be released from prison. Saturday, November 29th, the release date for when he would have completely served that sentence. We will see if these new charges end up keeping him locked up, what a judge ends up deciding from the bench about whether or not to keep him imprisoned or move him potentially to the Lenawee County Jail. Our Sean Haggerty going up to Adrian today and is poking around in Lenawee County to figure out what ends up happening next in this case. John Skelton, though, is charged with 3 counts of homicide, open murder, and 3 counts of tampering. I will reset this one more time for those of you who are maybe just joining us or looking to get caught up on this story. Andrew Alexander and Tanner Skelton, ages 5, 7, and 9 at the time of their disappearance. Back in 2010. Last seen at Thanksgiving in 2010. Coming up on Thanksgiving 2025, now their father will face homicide charges. Their bodies have never been found. It's hard to move forward with a murder case in many instances without bodies. But they were able to, prosecutors charge John Skelton, the boy's father, at the time with an unlawful imprisonment charge. Do they have new evidence in this case? Do they have something else that they didn't have 10, 15 years ago? That is something that we will wait to see. Is this an effort to keep John Skelton locked up to try and maybe get a murder conviction in front of a jury in Lenawee County? That's something that we will also have to wait and see. John Skelton getting those homicide, open murder, and tampering charges filed against him in Lenawee County today. In Lenawee County this morning, the father of the 3 boys who disappeared from Morenci more than a decade ago, almost a decade and a half ago at this point, now facing those homicide charges just weeks before he was scheduled to be released. Much more to come on this story, we promise, throughout the day. Again, our Sean Haggerty and the I-team working on this for you. Sean is up in Adrian in Lenawee County today trying to gather some more details and more information for you. We will have him doing his reports later tonight in the newscast. Also the latest coming up on Action News at noon. I believe we're trying to get Sean live during our noon broadcast to tell us what he has been able to learn in Lenawee County as he works to get more information about what's inside those court documents, which is the next stage here that we'll get today. Right now, we don't have the charging documents. We don't have the specifics about what prosecutors are alleging here, just that the charges were filed. We can verify and report that those charges have been filed, and we will wait to see what is inside those charging documents today. I'm Josh Krupp. Thank you for watching Action News Now. More updates to come throughout the day on this developing breaking story.